Hey guys, it's Kate, katiejuly. I'm making my really quick video before I go to work, so I'm sorry if this is a little bit rushed, and I apologize for my sloppy little bun here. I've just been having one of those weeks. I feel like I am back. I mean, it's 4 weeks from my surgery. You know, someone had asked me about pain. I was pain-free after, really middle of week 2. My energy has been a ton better, thanks for all your comments, but then this weekend, I kind of got thrown for a loop. And I feel like it's just hard at work because I'm back and I know they're thinking, well, the surgery was a month ago. She should be back to full speed, and I just don't totally feel like it. So the big thing is Saturday, Friday, I guess, for Thanksgiving even, I was wearing my new pants. I don't know if this is what caused it, but they rubbed a little bit against my incision right above my belly button. And then on Saturday when I came back to New York, I noticed the incision was red, and it looked like a little bit oozy, which is gross, I know. So Saturday night, I stayed in bed all day, and it was fine if I was standing or if I was laying down. I wasn't in any pain, but if I was bending or really sitting, there would be some pain. So I called my surgeon's office on Saturday, and of course got the surgeon on call. And he was like, there's nothing I can do for you over the phone. If it's oozing or open, you should go to the ER. And I mean, it's crazy that I just didn't go then, but it was really late in the night, and I was like, well, I can't really tell if it's open. I mean, it's right above my belly button. It's really hard for me to see it and whatever. But then I woke up Sunday, and it didn't feel any better at all, and it actually felt a little bit worse. And I was like, okay, whatever, just bite the bullet and go to the ER. So I wasn't in any pain, and I wasn't feverish or dizzy or anything like that. Becky had to go for a work thing all day. So I wound up going by myself, and I thought because I wasn't fainting or vomiting, I would be there for hours and hours and hours. And I was there for hours, but I didn't have to wait that long for someone to see me. I think open surgical incision sounds scary to them. So I was just in the little, I was in the waiting room, then I was in the little exam room. I was in that exam room for 3 hours, and I wound up seeing the ER resident who said, it looks infected, it is open a little bit, we're going to give you some antibiotics, and it should close on its own. Then I saw the attending who kind of said the same thing, but he said, I want to page your surgeon's office and see if they have any residents on call who can come down and look at it, which is so good because they came, they're like, well, it's a tiny bit infected, but antibiotics aren't going to do anything. And this is so weird, but if we just let the skin close, he said it's sort of like a pimple on your face. There's a lot of stuff in there that needs to come out, that needs to drain. This is really graphic. I'm sorry if anyone's squeamish. That needs to drain. So if we let the skin just close on its own, which it's going to do, all of the stuff underneath is going to get trapped, and it's going to need to force its way open again, and you're going to be in the same situation. So what we need to do is take a piece of gauze, and they gave me a bunch of them to bring home, and twist it and put the tip of the gauze in the surgical incision and then tape it flat against your stomach. And so instead of the wound closing like this, it's going to close from the bottom up like this. Does that make sense? So I told my mom this later, and she was like, oh, yeah, your grandma had a cyst removed from her breast, and they had to do the same thing, and she was packing gauze inside herself for a week. So I'm like, okay. So the scary thing is that obviously in the ER they know what they're doing, and it takes 2 seconds, but here, I mean, I cannot see the incision. Try doing a tiny little hole right at your belly button. You can't do it. So Becky's been doing it for me. She wasn't in the ER with me, so she didn't see them do it the first time. So it's just it's really nerve-wracking. I mean, it'd be scary for me to put gauze, the tip of gauze inside someone's incision, The good thing is that I went and saw my surgeon yesterday. I was supposed to see him on Thursday for my 1-month post-op visit, but then I called. They're like, oh, call his office, and he just wanted me to come in yesterday and see him, so I did. And he was he took a look at it, and he's like, it's not that bad. There's no infection. You should only have to do this for 2 more days. Did you see my cat's butt? She's on the bed behind me. You should only have to do this for 2 more days, and you'll be fine. So today and tomorrow, which thank goodness. And it does look totally better. But you can see my new pants. You can see this huge piece of gauze. So there's a tiny piece, and then there's this humongo piece that I'm putting over it, because it really is right where my pants hit. And these are my new 22 jeans, which is really exciting. And I was wearing my 24s, and they were hitting a ton lower, obviously, because they're much huger. But I'm just like hiking them up, and now they're even, they're dirty. So I was like, whatever, I just gauze it really well, and I have to wear these 22s today. So hopefully it'll be okay. The only other thing that happened is, I think last week, also yesterday, was my nutritionist appointment for my 1 month. So, you remember in the beginning I had made like this huge pot of turkey chili with ground turkey and beans and stewed tomatoes, and it was like awesome. I think I posted the recipe before. And then I measured it out in these little Tupperware, and it was like 20 meals or something like that. So I was eating it for lunch and dinner sometimes. Not like that was the only thing I was eating, but it was really good. Just sat really well, whatever. So this past weekend I made what I call hamburger soup, which is ground beef, and then like canned vegetables, so they're really soft, like canned new potatoes, carrots, peas, and tomatoes. So delicious. So I ate it once and felt like not so great, but I was like maybe, I'm always now like, well, did I eat too fast? Did I not wait? There's like, it seems like there's a million factors. Ate it on Sunday and was fine. And then ate it Monday morning and, half cup serving, ate 2/3 of it, immediately felt like a mule had kicked me in the chest. And then got really nauseous the way that I felt after Thanksgiving, night, and went into the bathroom and threw up for the first time. That was a total bummer, because I had liked that I wasn't throwing up, obviously. The good thing is that I felt better almost immediately, and also then it kind of helps me know, well, those 2 times before that I felt that same kind of like sweaty nausea, like, oh my God, pain, maybe I should have just thrown up. Like I was really helping myself not like taking deep breaths and like walking around, but like, I don't know, to be in pain for 40 minutes like that versus just letting myself throw up and then feeling really better right away. I don't know. Next time I think I'll just go for it. But so also yesterday I went in for my 1 month nutritionist appointment, and I told her about it. And what she said, which I'm really didn't realize, is she's like, oh, well, red meat is a lot harder to digest than ground turkey. So if I'd made the soup with ground turkey, it probably would have been fine. But she was like, oh, it sounds like you had a mini intolerance, or a food intolerance. So you can have that again, but you probably want to wait 3 weeks before you try red meat, even ground beef. The exciting thing is that I get to move into solid foods now. And I've been eating soups and chilies and like grits. I feel like the real like pureed stage was week 1, and I feel like I've been edging my way out of soft foods even. Like I started eating cheese a little bit early, but that sits awesome. So she was like, you've been in the kiddie pool, like wade out into the real pool, but you need to take it slowly. So yeah, I'm just so excited. And I almost want to make a list of like the order of foods that I want to try, so I know that I'm like ramping up slowly enough, and then I'm not, sitting down to like a veggie wrap or something like insane, because it almost feels like too much freedom. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not seeing her again for 2 months. Obviously I know now what a food intolerance feels like. I know what being too full feels like, all these things. But yeah, it's still, I don't know, a little bit scary to suddenly be like, okay, now try anything. Now obviously she gave me a column of foods to try now and then a column of foods to try later. So, I can try deli meats now, but I want to wait on chicken and red meat. So I have some sense of like I should be able to tolerate everything in the try now column before I head over to the try later column. This video is so long. I'm so rambly. But other than that, though, I brought in all my nutrition stuff, my food journal, what I've been eating. She said it was awesome. Said it was going really well. I'm just going to have to press stop making a video because I have more to say. I'm sorry to be so chatty, but I'll come right back.